First try to understand what is virtualization. So try to understand this diagram itself. It indicates the meaning of virtualization. All of you know what is virtualization. It is a technology where we can transfer the hardware into software. So if I have my desktop with me, I can build n number of virtual machines on my the same desktop. Okay, obviously it depends on the capacity of my desktop, how much storage I can put, how many machines, how many amount of ram, or how much GB of storage I can give. All these things are depending upon my hardware which is available with me. But practically or theoretically, it is I can put n number of machines on my uh, desktop. Okay, so that is called as a virtualization. So this concept is actually more but similar to the cloud computing. That's why they have included this topic over here. So in cloud computing, in cloud also we are doing the same thing. Those who have attended the Saturday's lecture, they would have understood that we can build the EC2 machine. That is in the AWS they are calling it as a Elastic Compute Cloud. That machine we can build, that instance we can build it onto the cloud itself. Okay, so that concept is there. So though it is not physically available with me, I can access that machine through my desktop. Okay, so there that machine, that EC2 machine can be of any size. Means that might be so much bigger than my desktop machine. Okay, so it doesn't matter how much storage you have, how much GB RAM you have, what is your operating system you have. So all these things are not related to your hardware which is available with you. So on the top of that hardware which is available with you, we can build the n number of machines in the cloud. That is practically also we can put n number of machines in the cloud. But in virtualization, means hardware virtualization, there are some limitations that it depends on the what is the size of my hardware, my server which is available with me. It depending upon that. Suppose my server size is suppose 100 GB, and I want to put 10 GB RAM for each system. So I can put only 10 systems on my on my hardware or on my server. Okay, so that is a limitation. But in cloud computing, it's like there is no limitation. So if one server is over, I can go for the second server. Okay, then I can extend it to the third server also. So there will not be any limitation that how many server or how many virtual machines we can build on my hardware. Okay, so virtualization is a technology that transfer hardware into software. So this is hardware which is available with me. This system might be having some XGB of RAM, XGB of storage, and some suppose I'm using Windows operating system. So this is a my hardware which is available with me. But on this hardware, I can build six different machines, which might be having six different GB RAM, six different GBs of storage system, six different systems. So that can be totally different from the system which I have available with me. Okay, I hope you are understanding this concept. And this is happening with the help of this VMware. So that is called as a hypervisor layer. Let's see that diagram also. Okay, so this is a virtualization. This is my physical hardware. Here, suppose I have some XGB RAM, XGB storage, and some operating system is available with me. This physical hardware, which is having the system which currently I am having in my in my lab. Okay, and this is a hypervisor. So this is a middleware or the software which we can say through which we can build different virtual machines. So this is virtual machine one. Suppose this is virtual machine two. The one more machine is there. Virtual machine three, four, five, six. Like that, n number of machines I can build on the this physical hardware. Okay. So I have suppose 100 GB RAM, 100 GB storage data, and Windows operating system. So this virtual machine might not be similar to this physical hardware. It might have the different OS. Suppose I am using Ubuntu over here. So I need here 5 GB of storage space, 10 GB of RAM. So like that, this virtual machine might be completely different from this one. Then virtual machine 2 also might not be similar to this one. It will be having some 10 GB RAM, 10 GB hard disk, and it is using on the Mac OS. So that is absolutely depending upon your requirement, how much which machine do you want to put. and what type of storage, what type of RAM do you want to build onto this virtual machine. Okay, so that is a concept of virtualization. So I hope this is clear to you. Now, this I told you, this is the hardware, that is my actual desktop system. Then the host OS. Host OS means here in my system I am using the Windows operating system. So that will be the host OS. And middle layer, this is the hypervisor layer. So this layer plays the important role in the virtualization technique. So this is like a software on which we can build the different virtual machines. Now, so this is a VM1, VM2, and VM3. So this will be the virtual hardware. The guest OS will be the different, and the application which we are going to run on this virtual machine will be, again it will be different. So this virtual machine might be running for the some different application. This virtual machine will be having different virtual hardware will be different, the OS will be different, and the application will be different, but all these virtual machines are running on my same hardware. Okay, so through my hardware I can create three different virtual machines. I will show you the demo at the end so that you people can understand how it is working. So features of virtualization. So partitioning we are doing. Okay. So same machine I have. So instead of running only one application on my system, I can build the different applications on my system with the different OS we can use. So that partitioning will be there. Easily we can do the partitioning. Isolation will be there. So the data from the one application cannot be transferred to the another application. So there will be the wall, or there will be the separation between those two applications. So data will be secure over there. Then the scalability is there. Okay, so that will be the limitation, right? I am using suppose my hardware, so that is limitation that only one person can use that hardware, right? But if I'm giving access to five different people, those who are working with me in that project, so all those people they can use the same hardware system, but and they're virtually they are using their OS, their hardware, and their application. They will be running their application onto that system. So that scalability will be there. So instead of only one user, five users can can work on that hardware. Okay, flexibility is there. Okay, I don't have to come to my college and do the programming or run my project. So the flexibility will be there, and the security is also there. So these are the features of the virtualization. Now, which are the benefits of virtualization? Reduced operating costs, okay, then minimal downtime, then speedy recovery time, easily we can recover the systems, simplified data center management, increased productivity for your IT team, and faster provisioning. Okay, so this here we can see the architecture of the virtualization technique. So if they're asking question related to architecture, that the diagram should be like this. So we are talking about two hypervisor systems. This is a type 1 hypervisor and this is a type 2 hypervisor. Okay. In the type 1 hypervisor, I am putting the hypervisor directly onto my hardware platform. Okay. There is no OS over here. But in the type 2 hypervisor, the hardware platform is there. Based on that, host OS is there. On that host OS, I am putting the type 2 hypervisor. So that is the difference between the type 1 and type 2 hypervisor. So this type 1 hypervisor, they are calling it as a bare metal hypervisor, where it is not depending or it is not mounted on the host OS. Directly we are putting it onto the host hardware platform. So the remaining structure is same. There will be the virtual machine one, guest OS is there, different applications we can run onto this virtual machine. Then again same here, virtual machine 2 is there, guest OS is there. We can run the different n number of applications onto this OS. Then VM3 is there. Same structure is over here also. The only difference between these two structures is that the host OS is there in the type 2 hypervisor, and here directly we are putting the hypervisor system onto the our host hardware system platform. What is hypervisor? I told you that is working like as a software we can say, which is used to build our virtual machines onto the hardware platform. Okay, so the hypervisor plays the important role in the virtualization technique. So the orals, these questions are important. Now you think like that, you prepare like that. Again, this question will be there. What is the difference between cloud computing and virtualization? The both concepts are similar. Okay, not exactly same, but the functionality of both the concepts are same. Cloud computing also we can build a number of machines over there. In virtualization also we can build a number of machines. Not physically they won't be available with us, but with the same hardware system we can build the different virtual machines. Okay, they can run with the different operating systems. We can build the different applications. So in the both the things, the concepts are similar. The only difference is that cloud computing means servers will be n number of servers will be available. Okay, because and the thing is, it needs the internet connection. Okay, so both the advantages and disadvantages are there for the cloud computing. If the internet connection is there, we can build a number of virtual machines onto the cloud computing. But in virtualization we don't need have to have the internet connection. Okay, but the limitation is that it might not be a number of systems because we are having only one server with us. Okay, so whatever the server is available with us, only the capacity of that server will be limited. Suppose I'm having 100 GB data over there, or 100 GB RAM is over there with my server, only I can utilize that 100 GB RAM. Once that RAM is over or once that storage is over, we cannot build the next virtual machine. But that drawback is not available with the cloud computing. Cloud computing, n number of servers will be available, n number of machines we can put. Actually, there will not be any limitation. But the thing is, it will work with the internet connection. Okay, so we can read these things. Cloud computing provides tools and resources which are automated that can be accessed on demand. Okay, virtualization is used to make simulated environments of physical hardware system. Okay, it needs a physical hardware system. Setup can be tedious, complicated, and longer process. So cloud computing, it's not an easy task. No, easily we cannot start. Okay, this is my cloud, and you can use this cloud. That won't be possible. Okay, but virtualized machines we can do. The setup is much simpler when compared to the as compared to the cloud computing. That's why there is a cloud computing means only some companies are working with the cloud computing, but this virtualization concept is everyone, many companies nowadays they are using, like, so it be like small scale companies or middle scale companies also they are using this virtualization. Cloud computing also they are using, but they don't have their own clouds. Okay, they have to purchase it from some cloud providers and then they can use this cloud computing technique. The total operational costs are higher obviously because they are having n number of servers with them, so the operational costs are higher. The operational costs are lower than the cloud computing. Cloud computing will provide unlimited storage space that I told you. The storage space in virtualization depends on the physical server capacity and is limited to its capacity. Okay. Suppose I am having one server with the 100 GB data, 100 GB space. So I cannot increase it suddenly. Okay. I have to go and buy the one more new server. Then only the capacity of my virtualization or the VMs will increase. Okay, so that is a limitation of virtualization. I can extend up to only 100 GB space. Okay, after that I have to build one more setup, one more server I should buy, and then we can increase it easily. Then we can, it will not be so easy. It takes time for the extending, or scalability is limited over here. Cloud computing requires many dedicated hardware components. A single dedicated hardware can do a great job in virtualization. Okay, so there will be only single dedicated hardware, one server will be there, but again that is a limitation that once that server is over we cannot go for the next virtualized machines. Hmm. So these are the different types of virtualization: application virtualization, desktop or OS virtualization, server virtualization, storage virtualization, and network virtualization. So let me clear here, just listen to me carefully. These are the different types, you have to write it in your own words. Many things are there, I will share you the PPT and the content also, but try to understand the concept that application virtualization means what? Whatever we are doing virtually means the applications will be virtual. Okay, that's why it is called as application virtualization. Suppose everything till that point, think about this diagram. Okay, these are the application virtualization. Means I am having the hardware system is there, hypervisor is there, guest OS is there, and only the applications are virtualized. I am building different applications. Then that is called as the application virtualization. Okay, Suppose only the OSs are virtualized, then that is called as the operating system virtualization. Okay. If this hardware platform is also virtualized, then that is called as a hardware virtualization. If we are building the networks virtualized, means whatever the things we are doing virtually available, that is the name of that virtualization. Okay. Storage virtualization. Suppose now yesterday, sir, that sir told S3 is one available storage virtualization in cloud. Same way, suppose I am making it available for you students. One storage I am making it available for you in our campus. Okay, we are not using any cloud providers or anything. Suppose that storage will be available in our means in our server, and that if we are going to use, then that is called as a storage virtualization. Okay, so whatever the assignments you are doing, whatever the questions or quiz you are solving, all those things which will be automatically get saved into your that storage. Okay, or suppose whatever ERP we are using, same way if we are putting our questions through that ERP, if we are putting the quizzes through that ERP, if you want to upload the whatever the whatever the solved questions and answers into that ERP, whatever the PPTs we are providing, if that also I'm putting into that ERP, so all these that will be your storage virtualization. Okay, I think it's clear to you. Now, network virtualization means what? Network will be virtualized. Means whatever the network we are using, the LAN connection, the WAN connection, all these things, if that instead of doing it physically over here, if that I am doing virtually, then that is called as a network virtualization. Then the application virtualization. Suppose I have given one project to every student, and if you are running that project also, you don't have to carry your own desktop with you or anything. Just you have to log into that server, and there you can build your application. Then that is called as a application virtualization. Okay. Now, when you are doing some programs here for the JavaScript and all, I think you are using their GUI, right? You don't have to install the JavaScript or anything onto your system, Eclipse and all that you are not using. Just you are using that W3 school and all you are using, I think their platform you are using, right? So that is one concept of application virtualization. So that is they are using the cloud over there. But say similar type of structure if we are doing onto our server, and then you are just running those applications over there, then that is called as a application virtualization. Okay. Then desktop or OS virtualization. Now suppose for each programming lag we are requiring different operating systems. Okay, suppose for one lab you need OS. Suppose you are you need Ubuntu, for other one you need Windows, for one you need Mac OS, for one you need Linux. Like that you need different operating systems. So what do you have to do? Just get into that portal and choose which OS you want. Okay, then that is called as a operating system virtualization. So that is a concept of virtualization. According to your requirement, these are the different types of virtualization. Now the remaining things you can write it in your own words. I have given here everything. Just go through that: hardware, software, server, storage, and operating system. Okay, hardware virtualization is a method is used to create virtual versions of physical desktop and operating system. Okay, to create a virtual versions of physical desktop. So actually, that EC2 what we have seen, that was the actual version of your desktop. Okay, everything, whatever the softwares we need, whatever the different compilers we need, everything we can install into that physical desktop or that virtual desktop, and there you can run your programs. Okay, so that is called as a hardware virtualization. So this is virtual hardware. Okay, different virtual hardwares are there, and onto that virtual hardware you are building your applications, then that is called as a hardware virtualization. Okay, this concept I told you already. The type 1 hypervisor and type 2 hypervisor. Type 1 hypervisor means directly we are putting, that is called as a bare metal. Directly we are putting onto the hypervisor layer, and here the host OS also plays the role. depending upon the your host OS operating system, you are building the hypervisor, and then different operating systems will be there. Okay, that question many times they ask. Okay, even I will ask this question will be there. Question bank I will share with you. What is the difference between type 1 and type 2 hypervisor? Okay, then full virtualization, para virtualization. You can go through this concept, basic concept I have told you. Now just you have to mention those things and write it down in your own words. Okay, so the full virtualization uses a hypervisor to directly communicate with the CPU and the physical server. It provides the best isolation and security mechanism to the virtual machines. Okay, full virtualization means everything will be the virtualized. Okay, there will not be any interference. Means everything from the scratch, just on your hypervisor. After hypervisor, everything will be virtualized. Your hardware will be virtualized, your operating system will be virtualized, you are going to build your different applications also, that also will be virtualized. Okay, so there will be the complete protection for that. So there will not be any interference from the other virtual machines, there will not be any communication, or they cannot see your data, they cannot use your data, your databases, your applications, whatever you are doing, that will be completely secure. Then that is called as a full virtualization. The biggest disadvantage of using hypervisor in full virtualization is that hypervisor has its own processing needs, so it can slow down the application and server performance. So these are the some drawbacks of the virtualization technique, that it might be having there will be some delay will be there when you are processing. Okay, as compared to cloud computing directly we can build your applications, and within no means if you are in, again though if your internet connection is strong, high speed internet connection is there, the applications will run so fast. Okay, in the cloud computing, in advantages is that in total virtualization guest operating system does not require modification. These are the disadvantages. I hope you can read these points. Okay, there is no point in just reading these things. I have given you the basic concept. I have told you. Para virtualization means it's like a semi virtualization. Everything will not be virtualized like a full virtualization. Some things will be virtualized, like operating system will be virtualized, and then your applications will be virtualized. Okay, so your hardware will be same for the all virtualized machines, like that. Then that is called as a para virtualization. Then next one is a hardware virtualization, that only we saw. Next one is a software virtualization. Software virtualization is a technique that allows one computer server to work with more than one virtual system. Okay, so I have only one computer, one server will be there. Okay, and on to top of that, we can build the different virtual machines. Okay, then that is called as a software virtualization. These are the OS virtualization. These are the types of software virtualization or application virtualization. So as we have seen operating system, from the operating system if we are virtualizing everything, then that is called as the OS virtualization. So different OSs we can build, and then we can put the applications, then that is called as the OS virtualization. If the OS layer is same for all and just we can build the different applications, okay, then that is called as the only application virtualization. Okay, suppose something we can go like a collab thing. Okay, so in the collab the OS is same and the platform is same, just we can build the different applications according to our requirement. That is, and that we can do it into our virtual machine, then that is an example of the application virtual machine. Okay, is that clear? If we can build the different OS also, and on to top of that we can build the different application also, then that is called as the OS virtualization. So from the OS everything is virtualized. Okay, in the application virtualized, OS is same. Okay, I can give, so everyone will be have you have to use the Windows OS only. Okay, there will not be any difference that some people can use the Ubuntu, some people can use the Windows. If all are using the same operating system, and just they have to build the different applications, then that is called as a application virtualization. And the third one is the service virtualization. the same thing. Operating system based virtualization. So host operating system, guest operating systems will be there, and then their applications will be there on the top of that. Application virtualization means this OS will be same, just the applications will be different. So the application under different service virtualizations means yesterday we have seen in the cloud they have given different services. Storage ची वेगळी service होती. Then for the compute service was different. Okay, network service will be different. So that is like the platform is same, just we are using different services into that. Then that is called as a service virtualization. Okay, how the Google has given the Google mail service is different, then Google Meet is different, then Google Drive is different. Okay, Google Photos is different. The platform is Google only. Okay, we are using the same platform. Just on the top of that, the different services are there. Okay, Google Chat is there. Then different application, Google Map is there. Okay, all these services comes under the Google. Okay, one service provider only. Then that is called as the service virtualization. Okay, suppose in ERP if you go, there are the different services for the students. Attendance is different. Then students feedback system is different. Students, you are if we are putting your marks also over there, then students marks are different. Then your what parents and these contact numbers are there, mentor system is there. So all these things are there. So the system is ERP only. Okay, the main thing is ERP only. On that service provider we are using different services. Okay, then that is called as a service virtualization. These are the advantages of software virtualization. It is flexible, easy management, easy client deployment, backup is there, running multiple operating systems, running different versions of software, efficient and secure. Then what is server virtualization? So till now we were talking about only one server. Okay, I have one server with me. Instead of that, each server virtualization is a process of creating multiple server instances from one physical server. Okay. Now instead of using only one server, if I am server itself, if I am virtualizing, then that is called as a server virtualization. Okay. So till now we were considering that server is safe. On the top of that, we were using different operating systems, different applications, and all like that. But if I am with the base layer also itself, if I am doing server virtualization, so this is almost moving towards the cloud computing, right? So this is the concept of cloud computing, we can say, where server itself they are virtually available. Okay, so in the cloud computing also they are doing different servers are virtually it is available. And scalability that is automatically they are doing. So this is a concept similar to the cloud computing, but with the limited number of servers are there, then that is called as a server virtualization. If there is a no limit or like it is a widely available in the full world, it is available, right? Cloud services, so that is called as a cloud. If it is in the limited zone, suppose only for our institute, if we are building different servers, then that is called as a server virtualization. Okay, or the public cloud, we can say the concept is similar to the public cloud. Then OS level virtualization, the thing is same. Only one concept is there of virtualization. In that there are different types. Okay, so the OS level virtualization means if I'm using different operating systems for my applications, then that is called as a OS virtualization. Suppose one person, one project group, they are using Windows OS, some other project they are using the Ubuntu, some other one they are using the Linux operating system, and all these things are we are building onto the one server of the college. Then that is called as a operating system virtualization. Okay. So operating system virtualization is also called as a system level virtualization. It is a server virtualization technique that divides one operating system into multiple isolated user spaces called a virtual environment. Okay, so one group they are using the one operating system. Another group, they are building their application onto another operating system. The third group, they are using their own operating system, different operating system to build their application. So that is why that is called as the operating system virtualization. The biggest advantage of using server virtualization is that it reduces the use of physical space, so it will save money. Okay, because the hardware is same for everyone, only the operating systems are different. Okay, so the Linux OS virtualization and Windows OS virtualization are the types of operating system virtualization. So these are some examples. Advantages: it is cost efficiency, increased uptime, improved efficiency, ensure disaster recovery, independent environment for users, increased productivity. Okay, you can go through these points. I am not interested in teaching these simple things. For the B level, it is very simple. Applications of the server virtualization. The main concept I have told you, only these are the different types. I will share this material with you. Now the third thing is a storage virtualization. Okay, as I told you, if we are using different storages for the as a virtualized thing. Okay, so what we can say, suppose your the database is there, one database is there related to your PRN number, your roll number, your name and your contact number or your parents contact number. Okay, so that one storage is available online with you, then that is called as a one basic database or your profile database, like that if we're giving name, so that is one storage virtualization. The second database and that will be available for the all the students of our college. Okay, it doesn't depending upon our department level, it's based for the all college. Okay, so that is one storage. Then the second storage is there where we are having all the data related to your unit test, prelim exam, INSEM exam, INSEM exam. So all the data related to your results. Okay, how much percentage each student have and all those things. So that is my second storage is there. Okay, third storage is there, how many students have got placements, how many students are doing their and own internship, entrepreneurs are there, how many students have gone for the higher studies and all. So that kind of one storage is there. So the thing is like that, this I have to get into that virtualization, that storage machine, and just check the data for the ENTC students, for the computer students, for mechanical, civil, like that. I can check the data inside that inside that storage machine. Okay, so that is like a storage virtualization. So it is used for the virtualization concept is used for the storage purpose. Then that the name is called as the storage virtualization. That's it. It's not so complicated. Then these are the different types of storage virtualization, block virtualization and file virtualization. So how you are putting the data inside that, then this concept is used in the cloud computing also. How you are putting the data inside that, that is called as the block virtualization or file virtualization. Okay. Suppose I am putting the data, like as I told you, the ENTC department. Inside the ENTC department, I am having the like one Excel sheet is there. Okay, that is like a file type system. So 23, 24 students, this data, 22, 20, 22, 23 students, this is a data, 21, 22 students, this data is available. So that is like a file virtualization. Okay, so file virtualization is a thing where we can get inside and edit that data. So one by one, line by line, if we can edit that data, then that is called as a file virtualization. Block virtualization is like this thing, it is available over there. Okay, so if I am putting some kind of posters are there, some kind of images are there, or some kind of charts are there. Okay, those things we cannot edit, right? Just it is available, just we can go and check the data. Then that those types of formats are called as a block virtualization. Okay. So this is a block level storage. Ties together multiple independent storage arrays. So presented to a host as a single storage device. Mapping used to indirect, don't have to go in that much detail. Just you can explain in your own words. That is file level systems and block level storage. So this is a network virtualization. In the network virtualization, what we are virtualizing? Suppose the physical network is available over there. On that physical network we are putting different switches and all those things. If those things are virtually available and we can do the interconnection between those two switches and all, if we can change an app on the top of that, if we are doing the virtual machines, then that is called as a network virtualization. External virtual network and internal virtual network. So here the internet is available, the switches are available, and here our network connection. So these are the virtual switches. Okay. So zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. So the external network virtualization can combine systems physically attached to the some same local area network into separate virtual local area networks, or conversely divide separate LANs into the same VLAN. Okay. So the LAN network is available in 414 in my lab also. If suppose if it is available in 422 also. Okay, so these are the different virtual networks are there. But these all these things, they are we are controlling it through the switch internet through the main controller. Okay, from the college itself we are controlling these networks, right? So sometimes it happens that in 422 there is network is available, and me in my lab sometimes there will not network will not be available, and so these are the virtual switches are available over there. Okay, so this is the our main our that internet in charge, he used to that Kiran Lange sir, he used to control all those things. Okay, so that is a concept of switch which is available with him. Okay, so it's available, like it's not available physically. Physically is also there, but he can control from his control room also. Okay, that's why it is called as a virtual network. So these things I have told you. Virtual clustering is there. So, okay, let me clustering concept one more lecture I need for that. Okay, that's it. Then this is a one practical I told you, the experiment number five, that is find a procedure to launch a virtual machine. I will show you here the demo, simple thing. Okay, you have to install these two softwares in your laptop. Install VirtualBox 5.0 or higher, and install media for Windows and ISO. I will share, I will put it into this Google Drive, our classroom link. From there you can install. Okay, so if you open this virtual machine box, this software which I have written over there, that is Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Okay, so this thing is there. Just you have to create a new VirtualBox. Here I have given the name VM New 2024. We can give the name. Okay, I'm giving this name. Okay, machine folder is there. I am choosing the Microsoft Windows. We can choose the different OSs which we want. Okay, then out of that I am choosing this Windows 7 34-bit. Okay, so these are the different operating systems which we want onto that virtual machine. Okay, so we are going to create one virtual machine over here. Name and the operating system, I am giving this name. Okay, it's your choice, you can give VM1 VM2 that I had given last time. That's why it was not working here. So I have given name VM new 2024-1. Okay, and this is my machine folder. Then say next. So these are the my requirements. So I need, you can change it. Memory size is 48. Okay, here you can change it. You can go up to 8192 MB. Then the create a virtual hard disk now. Okay, do not add a virtual hard disk. Use an existing. This also we can do, but I am showing you from the scratch. Create a virtual hard disk now. Create virtual disk image. Okay, it will create image. It's the name why they are calling. It's like a virtual thing, right? It's not the original. You are not creating the exact hardware over there. That's why they used to give name as an image. Okay, so in yesterday's thing also you would have seen that instances that AMI was there. That is uh, your Amazon machine image. Okay, so that we have created over there. So here also virtual bus disk image dynamically allocated. I'm just taking the whatever the choices were over there. Okay, these are the by default choices. I am not changing anything. 32 GB. This is the name of my machine, VMU 2024-1 VDI. Create. It will take few seconds to create, and then I should say, see here, the system is 2040-bit, floppy, optimal disk, everything. The details of my system, it will be available over here, and I will say start. This is the name, Windows 7 64-bit. Those were the choices which we have created. Okay, that's it. Okay, and start. So this is your new machine which we have created over here. Here you can check the settings, start. Here you can write your own program.